Good morning. It is Monday. How are we feeling? You are watching Kwak TV because why watch crap TV where you can watch Kwak TV with me, Calvin here. And how are we feeling? If you are watching this live, please jump in the comments and say hello to me. And if you are watching this on replay, please put hashtag replay in the comments so I know who stalks me. And remember, you can also catch every single one of my replays, every single one I've ever done on my YouTube channel, which is simply Kwak TV. So, good morning, Vicky Midwood, off the mark. Hope you are well, my lovely. So I don't know about you lot, but I had a lovely, lovely weekend. But for the first time in ages, I actually worked this weekend. I really got into the habit because I used to work in hospitality and catering of not, having weekends and things like that. And with my business, I was like, at some point I want to get weekends back. So I've never actually explored what a weekend off is. And the odd time I used to get a Sunday or a Saturday off, people used to be like, what are you doing then? I'm like, well, I don't know. What do you do on a weekend? Like, I don't know. So this weekend I worked for the first time in ages after discovering weekends offer time to actually do things and have a life. Weird that, isn't it? And I finally launched my new platform, which it's that. And I will tell you a bit more throughout the week about that because it has officially launched. Not yet, but I'm letting a few eager beavers in early. That's all I'm saying. So, yes. So, today's guest, who I will bring on very, very shortly, I'm very much looking forward to. So, make sure you tune in for that. But also, don't forget, people, on the 29th of March, it is Coaches Week. So, next week, he's starting off the week with me and Cara Wood. Cara is hosting the show, so it still will be Kwak TV because it's Cara over here, and she is interviewing me. So she'll be doing all this bit right now. This is the bit she'll be doing, and she is interviewing me. And then on the Tuesday, the 30th, we've got Mr. Brad Burton. Then on the Wednesday, we've got Taz Thornton. On the Thursday, we've got Cross Crossley. And then on the Friday, we've got Fidel Burhill. So we have got a fabulous, fabulous week lined up next week for you. So make sure you do tune in. Vicky Midwood, snap. What do you do at the weekends? I've always worked and still do. Don't get me wrong, Vicky. It might be, I'll still check my LinkedIn possibly because apparently people use LinkedIn on the weekend now. But I'll try and not do a heavy load of work just for the fact of, I've got these 2 days where I can actually discover something or do something or go on a walk, go on a hike. The main thing that restricts me is that I don't drive yet. So I'm limited in what I can do on weekends, but I will still do something. Anyway, because if a few more people are tuning in live, please do jump in the comments if you are watching. So as we know every morning on Kwak TV, or if you don't know because you knew, I like to go through the different days of the year. Every day of the year is something different. Sometimes we get weeks of the year, sometimes we get days of the year, and it's bloody fabulous. I know what's coming tomorrow because I've just had a sneak peek for the first time, I think, ever. And tomorrow is going to be a really, really special day. But today, it is World Water Day. It is World Water Day. Let's get that water drunk, people. Remember, you're thirsty. You might not be hungry. You just might be thirsty. Let's have some water. Vicky might be proud of me for saying that, actually. It is also Gryffindor Pride Day. Where's all my Harry Potter fans? Who's a Gryffindorian? Right? Gryffindor Day. There we go. It's celebrate it, celebrate it. It's As Young As You Feel Day. So to the people of the older variety, right, it's as young as you feel day. So, if you are 50 but you feel 20, feel it, live it, do something you could do in your 20s, possibly don't risk breaking a bone. I'm really stereotyping here. I hope you're finding this funny as much as I'm saying it. It is also people goofing around day or goof off day. So have a bit of fun today. Do something a little bit more fun than you normally would. And it is also Endometriosis Awareness Month. I didn't know that. We're 22 days in March. Why did you not tell me this on the 1st? Well, apparently it's Endometriosis Awareness Month, people. There you go. But Goof Off Day, Water Day, Act As Young As You Think You Are Day. Love it. And Gryffindor Pride Day. If there's any Gryffindors jumping in, please tell me you're a Gryffindor. Nicole, I try not to work weekends. I know you're paying, my love. And good morning, Chelsea White. Hope you are well, my lovely. Chelsea's had to bear with me all weekend this weekend while I've been trying to figure out my new platform, and she has helped me just being a little brain at the end of the phone because sometimes we need it as well, being coaches. So then your Twitter hashtags, we should be using Twitter. It's a great way of getting PR for our businesses and things like that. It's where journalists hover. This is where they are held captive. So today is hashtag Monday Motivation with over 42,500 tweets. It is also hashtag Monday Morning, hashtag Monday Thoughts. It is hashtag World Water Day. And it is also, have I got any more? Oh, no, that's it. That's it. So we're going hashtag World Water Day, hashtag Monday Thoughts, hashtag Monday Morning, hashtag Monday, motivation. Hashtag's got way too many S's in when you've got a slight lisp. Doesn't do me any favours, does it? So it's Chelsea. I've put my back out while working yesterday, so I'm off for the day. This is why I shouldn't work weekends. I don't even need to say anything, do I? There we go. So I hope that has all got you ready for the week, and I know that my guest is about to. So this guest I am about to bring on is the clean, green, sustainable queen. She is a wee bit fabulous. So with no further ado, I hope she is ready. Good morning, Diane.
Good morning.
How are you, my lovely?
I am that as young as you feel. I am that 50-year-old that thinks she's 20 but often wakes up feeling 70. So I'm not quite sure, fit somewhere in the middle.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So, but Diane, how are you? How was your weekend? It is a Monday. Do you have a nice weekend?
I had a lovely weekend and I didn't work this weekend. I have learned since lockdown to have my weekends back, and I'm loving them. So yes, I have not worked this weekend.
I love it. So Diane, in a nutshell, so I'm really going to dive into a bit about you and your journey and things like that. In a nutshell, who are you and what do you do?
Well, in a nutshell, my name's Diane Brassington. I'm an independent consultant for Norwex, and I help you keep your home clean, your body clean, and your clothes clean without using harmful chemicals and by reducing the waste.
I love it. That is in a nutshell. That is in a real nutshell.
That is a nutshell. So that's good for me because I can ramble.
I love it. But it's when we met each other in a networking group online forum, you put Norwex. I was like, oh my god, I love Norwex products. I love them because a lot of people don't know about me. Is that how I got into business is with an eco business. I actually had an eco store, and a lot of people don't know that. So I've got yourself on the show this week. I've got Phil Fieldhouse who's on Wednesday, and he's a sustainability consultant, and he also does marble coasters.
Okay,
yeah, I'll give him a shameless plug. So it's fabulous, and I am really passionate about it. But your journey didn't start straight away with Norwex, did it? Like
no.
you did laundry, ironing, something along them lines.
I did do laundry. I still do laundry. I set up 6 years ago. I set up a laundry and ironing business. Why, you might ask? Because not many people like ironing, and that's probably why. Because not many people like ironing. I worked in social care for a lot of years, and found myself working for one particular family that I was doing the ironing for, but felt I was in the way because every room I went in, another member of the family wanted to use that room. So if I was ironing in the kitchen, they wanted to make a cup of tea. If I was ironing in the dining room, they wanted to sit and do something. So I said, let me just take it home. That will be easier. And that's how it started. People saw me bringing ironing home. Oh, Diane, what are you up to now? Are you doing ironing? I was thinking, actually, yeah, I could. And I did. And that's how we started 6 years ago.
I love it. And then I believe you've ended up turning into, I'm going to use this title, but this possibly isn't the title you use, a form of like social enterprise, haven't you? Like, I believe you help people with learning difficulties as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I set up 6 years ago, I was working in social care, supporting adults and children with learning difficulties. My reasoning behind that is my eldest son is 25, 25 next month, which makes me feel exceptionally old.
I'm 25.
Oh, there you go. So you could be my prodigal son. So he's the eldest of my three. But yeah, he went off to a residential college when he was 18, about 6 years ago, or 7 years ago. And I used that chance to be able to do the laundry from home. So I could use his bedroom to do the ironing from home whilst he was at college. Came home alternate weekends, so I could still care for him. It requires 24/7 care, quite profoundly disabled. So I went into social care work because I wanted to help other families. I'd been through the walk, done the talk sort of thing, so I knew how to help them. And when I set the ironing business up, it was always my passion to be able to offer work placements, job opportunities, and teach independent living skills to adults with learning difficulties. And that's exactly what we did. I'd got Westbury Ironing Limited, which was a limited company. I'd got Westbury Workshops, which was a community interest company. So that was non-for-profit. Profit of the ironing business quite often substituted the CIC. So we were running workshops on a regular basis. That was going really well. We were taking interns from the local special needs colleges, and we were really supporting up to 6 people at a time with work opportunities, whether that be coming into the ironing business and helping us just unfold sometimes the clothes that our customers send to us, because sometimes they're inside out, sometimes the buttons are done up. So they'd start off with simple tasks. Those that were more able would then start ironing. And we employed 3 people with learning difficulties, and we were teaching many more, and they went on to get other jobs. So it was really, really satisfying and something that was really meaningful for me.
I love it. And, you know, that's all started pretty much by the sounds of it from you walking past your neighbour's house or your friend's house and them going, "Are you doing ironing?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Like,
did. It really did. And it expanded way beyond my dreams, if I'm honest. So after 18 months, I was in a studio. We got our own little van. That was my highlight. I'd got my own van that was sign written with Westbury Ironing on the back. You know, something so simple really like excited me. And we were due to expand, to be honest. We'd got 10 part-time members of staff, looking at taking on more. We were building up the commercial side of work. So working with a lot of event organisers, football clubs, doing their tablecloths, hotels and guest houses doing their bedding. And it was going brilliant. It was I was really pleased with it.
oh, do you know what? I love that. So I've got a baby niece. She's not a baby anymore. I keep saying that. I've got a niece called Ruby, and she's got cerebral palsy. So I know how important things like that are. You know, it's so important. And Ruby, for example, is at a fabulous school where they actually take them, for example, to the supermarket, and they will give them X amount of money. They've got to work out how much money they've got to spend, but then they'll go to the cafe, not in normal circumstances, in Morrison's normally, and they will order their own food, and they will look at the menu. And it's so important learning these skills, because something as simple as ordering a meal in a cafe can be so daunting and sometimes confusing for these people, you know, and obviously learning life skills and getting a job at the same time, such as ironing, is like that.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, my hat goes off to you, Diane. There you go. You all saw my lockdown. My hat goes off.
And it was brilliant. We were working with the DWP, so we were disability confident employers wanting to become disability confident leaders. So I could go out and scream from the rooftops, really, that other businesses could do this. Other businesses could employ people with a learning difficulty. People with autism in ironing were a perfect match. People with autism, such attention to detail, the repetition is what they like, and that's exactly what happens within ironing a shirt. It's so repetitious, but it needs to be done. I am a bit of a perfectionist. Does need to be done properly, and it just worked. Yeah, it really worked. But there is a but.
Honestly, I absolutely love it. So obviously you've gone from doing the ironing and everything like that when you first started to where you've got it now. And I take it you have embedded the ethos of, oh, that was a good word for me at this time of the morning.
That was a good word from Monday morning.
Caring for the environment and things like that, which you've also learned from Norwex, possibly your own knowledge. And I take it you embed that into your main business now as well?
Yeah, I do. So I know we don't want to talk about too much about COVID, but COVID hit. It hit last year, whether we like it or not, it did. And it took away 70% of my business, of my turnover. We lost all the commercial contracts because obviously there's no events going on. People weren't staying in B&Bs. So I had to make some really difficult decisions towards the end of last year. We were due to expand and move into a bigger premises. I obviously couldn't afford to take that risk because things had changed so dramatically. So I'm now back working from home, and I've gone from having 10 part-time staff to just me and 1 part-time staff. That's how drastically things have changed. So we're not currently running the workshops, although I want to get back to that. And we're not able to offer any work placements because it's not ideal for me to be offering jobs from my house. We need to be in a premises. So my income suddenly depleted. The work was down, and I needed to add something else to what I was doing. And I've always wanted to add products to our laundry service, and that was something that I'd been wanting to do but never had the time. Those of you that run your own business and have got staff know that you're working 24/7. You just don't have the time to put the research in, even though you know you need to.
You're in charge of other people's livelihoods as well, aren't you? You know, it is that, whether they're part-time or not. So, you know, you are working 24/7 because you've got to make sure you can pay these livelihoods as well.
Exactly. So in lockdown, I had the 3 months off. I've never had 3 weeks off before, Callum, let alone 3 months. And you know what? It gave me time to reflect and think about me for the first time in my life, to think about me. Robert's 25. I've been a full-time carer for him for 25 years. And I'm not going to lie, that's been bloody hard work at times. Not always just looking after him, but fighting the local authorities to get what's right for him. And if anybody out there has got a disabled child, they'll fully understand that. It's really challenging. So 3 months off really gave me time to reflect, gave me a chance to think of, do I want to be working 7 days a week, evenings, weekends, and spending time outside in the environment, seeing the natural things, the simple things, the free things, seeing the wildlife coming back into the gardens, and seeing online where wildlife's coming back into rivers that were getting polluted because people were out. Lots of different things, and it really resonated with me. And I had some coaching through the difficult times for the business of where to go, what shall I do. And we were looking at all the different products that we could sell. And again, the ethos with me was that environmental issue, was making sure that we were using less chemicals. I wish I'd found the Norwex laundry powder for my own son. He's got loads of allergies, and I wish I'd found that for him years ago.
Yeah.
So that Norwex kept coming to the top of the list every time we were looking at things. And so I set up only in November as a Norwex consultant and added that to Westbury Ironing's products. And I've loved the journey. I've absolutely loved learning about the products. And I thought I was quite good at recycling and using less chemicals, but now I didn't realize I was useless at it, because there's loads of chemicals under there was under my kitchen sink. There isn't anymore.
Exactly. And do you know what? So, like I said at the very beginning, I used to own an eco business. I still have it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it when the world reopens. I kind of obviously put it in a little box. Well, it was a big box. I actually moved it all yesterday. And I'm like, right, what do I want to do with it? But what that business actually helped me do, I started, what helped me get into my motivational speaking. And part of the business, what people loved was my journey with it. Was I was a bit like what you just said. I thought I recycled, I was all right. I turned the red light off on my TV if I'm going away for long stays, all that kind of thing. And what the customers and people loved with the business was, oh, this business is a representation of your journey of caring for the environment. And in Hull in particular, I'm not going to say there wasn't any knowledge of caring for the environment there. We're a seaside town, we're a fish factory town to the extent. It's people came and they went, I love your shop. Nothing like this has ever existed before. What have you got? I'm looking at a bit like you said with the skin. I'm like, right, so we've got this, we've got that, we've got this. I educated myself on reusable menstrual pads, because people wanted them. So I offered them.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, a lot of people worry too much, about what the little things they're doing, which is fine, because the phrase is, we need a large group of people doing it imperfectly than a large group of people doing it perfectly. A small group of people doing it perfectly. If a small group of people doing it perfectly, it's not going to make a bigger impact. If a big group of people at least try, we're going to make a bigger impact. So
exactly. Exactly.
So Norwex, what is it?
So Norwex was set up 27 years ago in Norway, and it was set up by a gentleman that he designed a cloth to clean off the flies off his windscreen. That's how it started, and that's the Enviro cloth. It's the Norwegian experience. So when you imagine Norway, you always think of the fjords and the healthy lifestyle that they've got over there. And it is just that. So they reduce the amount of chemicals they're using within the home. They made cloths that are ingrained with microsilver, which is a natural antibacterial. So when you're cleaning your home with our cloths, you don't need any chemicals, because the silver will clean 99.9% of bacteria. So you're able to clean with just water. The backlock technology, basically, I can't see anything. It brings up the dust. Sometimes when you're dusting, you're just moving dust from one place to another, or when you're cleaning, you're moving stuff from one place to another. These cloths
you just move it and waft it into the air, and then you're just like, yeah,
exactly. So it kind of magnetically, it isn't magnetically, but that sort of theory, it sticks into the cloth. So once that cloth is rinsed out, dried up, it doesn't put that back down onto the surface. So theoretically, you could actually clean your toilet seat, and then you could clean your kitchen work surface, and it wouldn't bring the bacteria down. I've not tried it, I'll be honest, but that theoretically you could.
I love it. And do you know what? I'm a big believer in telling people, when I had my business, even with coaching, there's little things you can do that make a massive difference. And one of them, I know you talk about them a lot in networking, is dryer balls.
I have my dryer balls.
Oh, she's got a dryer balls. Honestly, people.
I have my dryer balls.
Dryer balls are one of them things, especially through winter, maybe not now as we're getting towards summer, but one of them things that can make such a big impact, and it's something so little. It just really is. So, Diane, just briefly explain what the dry balls do.
Right, so these balls, sadly, they're not vegan compatible because they are made of wool, 100% wool. Yeah. So just putting that out there in case you've got any vegan people watching, that they're not suitable for them. But you put them into the tumble dryer, and because they kind of all move around with the clothes, they separate the clothes and reduce the amount of time needed in the tumble dryer. So you're saving money straight away on the amount of energy that you use in it. And actually, bizarrely, it was on the news this morning about the carbon footprint of households is one of the main problems that is causing the environmental issues, not the businesses, it's the households. So that will reduce the amount of actual energy that you're using. Because of the wool and the way they soften the clothes, you're not going to need a fabric conditioner. So that's saving you more money, but it's also saving on that bottle of fabric conditioner or empty one that you're going to throw away. So if every household had these instead of fabric conditioner, can you imagine how many empty bottles of waste that wouldn't go? So if that was like one bottle a week for every household, that's massive.
It is.
And as you said before, if lots of people can do a tiny bit, that's going to make a really big impact.
It is. It really is. And a lot of people went, well, how can you put that into perspective? Okay, the other phrase is, it's only one plastic straw, said 8 billion people. Right?
Yeah.
There's so many ways. Can you tell that I ran an eco business by any chance? Like, it's so impactful, and you've really got to think about it.
It is, and again, that is something else that Norwex does. It's not just the laundry and the cleaning, but it's the reuse. I've joined an eco group. It's called Waste Savvy Staffordshire. So people in Staffordshire, we're trying to educate people how to reuse, recycle, and reduce. So reduce the amount of single-use stuff that you're using, recycle it. Actually, refuse is another one there. Certainly some like black plastic.
There's also rot and repair. There's also rot and repair. There's technically 6 of ours. So
that's it.
Refuse, reduce, recycle, repair, rot, and refuse. There you 6 R's, people. And I normally charge people for telling them that. So there we go. But no, Diane, on that note, the green, clean, sustainable queen. Thank you. We'll finish there. We're about on time as well.
Thank you. That's been lovely. I've enjoyed that, Callum. Thank you.
And you said you was going to be nervous, right? How easy was this?
I know. Well, once I get chatting about something I'm passionate about, you forget your nerves, don't you?
It's like me. It's like talk should be my business name. But it's on that note, Diane, have a lovely day. Don't rush off straight away. I'm going to kick you backstage, and we'll have a little natter just in a minute. All right.
Lovely. Thanks, Callum.
See you in a minute. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, when the button works, there we go. Oh, God, bless her. Just making a leave there, like, what are you doing? So there you go, people. You've been watching Kwak TV, because why I watch Crap TV, where you can watch Kwak TV. And tomorrow, we have got the one and the only Becky Cooper from Buffalo Books on the show. And we're going to be talking about, in particular, why she wants to change the game of bookkeeping and making the client come first. So on that note, everyone, have a lovely day. Have a lovely, lovely week. Remember, if you start Monday off right, the week will follow. And as I say every day now, in the words of my nana, if you can't be good, be careful. If you can't be careful, don't get caught.